Dominic Solenko having a few words to say there. What his complaint is, I'm not sure.
No, it's McCoy's who's complaining because Solenko got to the byline. He should have whipped the cross in. McCoy's made a great run to the near post and he wanted it early.
Oh, language difficulty there perhaps also. There's Richard Goff. The edge of the penalty area for Gascoigne's corner. The header came from Petric. Well, Rangers are menacing in that position with Petric and Goff coming in from deep positions. Rudy Vata for Celtic. So Grant playing it hopefully forward. There haven't been too many balls like that played in the match. That's a careless clearance though. Petric to Collins. This is Walker. McKinley goes outside him, uses him as a decoy. The angle ball was intended for Collins. It was well read again by Goff. Here's Laudrup now on the right. Solenko ahead. Good tackle made in the end by Boyd. There's Laudrup again. Pearson handball waved aside. Solenko asked to chase here. Pass from Gascoigne. Well, Solenko is definitely warming to the task.
Yes, it's not easy for him playing the derby like this. He's certainly never experienced anything like this before.
Walker's layoff intended for Grant. Won by Gascoigne. Well, Gascoigne not happy there, looking for a free kick, which the referee wasn't going to give. McKinley. Goff's headed clearance. Right, looking for Solenko. The bounce beats him. Donnelly. Grant spots Vata on the far side. Donnelly goes outside him. Careless pass, asking a lot of Donnelly. It was too close to Robertson.
Yes, the final ball was awful there because they've got a good 2-on-1 situation.
There's Donnelly again, robbing Alan McLaren. Now with Collins. Walker. Donnelly helps it on. It's a good ball. A chance there for Rudy Vata. Couldn't wait until the ball came down low enough for the volley.
Once again, good build-up play from Celtic. Walker on the ball. Little flick on there from Donnelly. Falls to Vata. Can't quite get his foot over it, but he's pushing forward a lot more now the last few minutes. Celtic are definitely trying to take the game more to Rangers.
Well, attempts at goal plentiful in this match. Remarkable there are none to show, no goals to show for this. That's McKinley. Petric and Goff together. Now Gascoigne. McStay battling hard with him in midfield. Well, Gascoigne showing a little bit of temper. Arms flailing there. But the referee has words with both players.
Gascoigne, he doesn't mind this, does he? He likes players getting in very close to him. Little elbow. Well, he's a little bit fortunate to get away with it. But he invites players in. He doesn't mind them getting close to him. He uses his body to shrug them off. And wins the free kick.
Rangers free kick. Paul McStay doing a bit of holding in the first place, but Gascoigne certainly nipping back there with the elbow. Referee McCluskey content with a quiet word to both players. McCoist. Well by Hughes. Right under pressure there from Collins. Staying with a good tackle on Solenko. Petric commanding against Tom in the air. Here's Collins. Now Donnelly. On the far side is Vata. Well forward once again. Walker's dropped deep. There's no one in attacking position through the middle there for Celtic. Tom coming in now. Donnelly to Walker. Good interchange of passes.
The problem is when they get into that area, they're looking to play a ball into the area. Any sort of ball would do, but they're having to play everything onto the floor because without Hoydonk there, they can't put an aerial ball in. Perhaps it's the moment for Hoydonk now. I think Walker's been struggling a little bit the last few minutes. Of question whether Hooijdonk is fit. It's only Tommy Burns will know that. If he is fit enough, I'm sure it's the moment to bring him on.
Right, load up there, taking a little knock in the face. He wasn't happy with that as John Hughes challenged. Still nursing a blow in the mouth, but Celtic have a free kick. So, Ryan load up showing a little blood there on the lip after a clash with Hughes. This is Paul McStay. Donnelly using Hughes at the back. Good feet time in Donnelly, good control. Collins has Tom coming deep. So played forward there by Collins to Donnelly. He's found space, a shooting chance, a good effort. That was swerving. Goro made it look easy.
Good play this. You feel McLaren should have come out and closed him down much quicker. Fortunately for him, it goes straight in the centre, straight into this man's hands.
So as activity down below is on the benches. I think both sides are going to make a change very shortly. And the first will be made, I think, by Rangers. None will be made simultaneously. Pierre van Hooijdonk and Alec Cleland wait to come on. Players coming off are David Robertson and Andy Walker, I think. Well, David Robertson withdrawn. No sign of injury there. Alec Cleland could be a direct replacement for him. And Andy Walker withdrawn for Celtic, and the change. Trevor Francis mentioned. Pierre van Hooijdonk, to a tremendous welcome, enters the fray.
Well, I can only presume that Robertson has an injury. In fact, just looking down below me here in the dugout, they've given him an ice pack. Definitely has a problem because he's been very, very effective trying to push forward there for Rangers. As I predicted, Hooijdonk was the man to come on. Feel a bit sorry for Walker because every time he got the ball, he was under pressure. He's a big favourite here, Hooijdonk, and the fans wanted him on.
Donnelly to Van Hooijdonk. Tom on the right. Rangers will switch to fullbacks now. Stephen Wright is at left back. Alec Cleland at right back. Grant. Chance for Van Hooijdonk. Great tackle by Goff. Right at the last seconds. Well, a chance opened up there just for a fleeting second till Goff appeared. Here's Laudrup. And it's won there by Paul McStay. The deflection gives the throw to Celtic, but Richard Goff saved the day without question for Rangers.
Here you say the type of ball that I was on about. It's in the air. Awful defending there from Petrick. And he's got a chance. Hooijdonk in the first minute. He comes on.
Well, Richard Goff making that saving tackle for Gordon Petrick. Shows him a little depth there. The Celtic supporters, an excellent voice here. Perhaps sensing the prospect of the game going their way. Here's Andreas Tom. Nipping in there on Petric. A little bit casual. Van Hooijdonk robbed by McLaren. This is Charlie Miller. Brought down by Grant. Apology offered by Peter Grant to Charlie Miller. And the Rangers players complaining, I think, that there's no yellow card being shown.
I can understand why. I mean, there's no attempt to play the ball there. Miller's beating him for pace. Grant can't get near him, so he's brought him to the floor.
Well, there have been bookings for Charlie Miller himself. That's why he was so upset, I think, and also for Richard Goff in the first half. A stumble there by Cleland. Unlucky.
The chance that Celtic had just a couple of minutes ago, they've been working now for, what, 60-odd minutes to try and play that ball into the box and not been able to do so. Everything's had to be played into feet. It's been too predictable as far as I'm concerned, the build-up. But that sort of ball from Barter, not a particularly good ball, but it was a ball that they could play in without sort of looking.
So a new dimension for Celtic's attack with the introduction of Pierre van Hooijdonk. Here's Tosh McKinley. Tackle came from Miller. So, what's happening elsewhere? Bradford City 3, Nottingham Forest 1. First leg match in the Coca-Cola Cup second round in England. Major shock. Here's Boyd. To Tom. Collins. Across it goes to Paul McStay. Bata supports from right back. Donnelly's ahead. Gavin Hoydonk looking for the ball in the box. It's won this time by Petrich. Not a bad effort by McStay, kept that down extremely well.
I would say a very good effort. He's come to on his right foot, 30 yards out. Good attempt from McStay.
Well, right back to his best, Paul McStay, after that long injury layoff. He was determined to win that from McCoist. Grant gets there first for Celtic. Well, that's for Pierre Van Hooijdonk. No free kick given. Alan McLaren unhappy about Van Hooijdonk backing into him. Used his strength to come through him to win the ball. Here's Miller again. Asking too much of himself on the turn, losing his footing. A counter-attack on for Celtic. Here's Rudy Vata. Peter Grant has gone racing through the centre-forward position. Yeah, Van Hooijdonk. That's for Donnelly. Donnelly against Wright. The nutmeg was effective, but McLaren provided the cover. Still a little noise again from the Celtic supporters, sensing something perhaps. Vata, McStay. McLaren clashing with Vata. The corner kick's been given.
Yes, you do feel the game swung towards Celtic now. Those chances that Rangers had in the first half are not coming under a worthwhile chance in the second half.
Approaching a midway point in the second half. Still no goals. John Hughes trying to change that for Celtic. The outswinger. Collins' pass not read there by Selenko. The body check by McCoy, on McKinley. The free kick's taken already, keeping the play flowing. Here's Andreas Tom. Great play, McKinley. Goff's headed clearance. Good play by Selenko, robbing Andreas Tom. Gascoigne forward, the flag is up belatedly there for offside. I think the referee gave that first, in fact, against Laudrup. Well, the match being played at an incredible pace, no let-up at all. Remember, we could have half an hour's extra time if the deadlock is not broken. Here's John Collins. Changes direction, waits for the opening to appear. McKinley wants to go on against McClelland, who's very quick in the turn. Tommy Burns now down on the track below us. He's left his seat in the director's box, issuing instructions from the track. Van Hooijdonk against Petrich. And McKinley together, Petrich. And the goal kick resulting from a challenge made by John Collins. So Pierre Van Hooijdonk has made an early impact since joining the match as substitute.
Well, I wouldn't think that these players here would relish having extra time, because their schedule just recently has been very, very demanding.
Andreas Tom was an injured out before the match, and he's now having treatment from Brian Scott. Celtic will not want to lose his services, that's for sure. Now right. Gascoigne. Laudrup's in space. Looking for Selenko, and a very good interception by McKinley, halting Cleland. That's Collins. Van Hooijdonk's layoff, so effective in that position. Donnelly waits for Vata to go outside him. Collins takes over the creative duties in midfield. Patiently probing Celtic. Grant under pressure there from Goff. Rangers have it back with Petric and Cleland. Boy to McKinley. Cleland judged that well. Plenty of time here for Goff, picking out Gascoigne. Gascoigne doesn't like the attentions of these Celtic midfield players when he's on the ball. McLaren looking for the run made by Gascoigne. Boyd is with him. Hughes is also there. And Gascoigne going in late on John Hughes. But if he waves play on, well, Hughes taking no real exception to that. Here's Peter Grant. Caught by Petric. This is serious for Petric. Grant was past him. Posh McKinley has words with the referee about the tackle made by Gascoigne.
Well, no doubt about that. Grant was first to the ball.
Well, the tempo's rising here. Grant and McCoist. Well, Peter Grant losing his head here. McCoist having a few words with him. It's all rather ugly. The play's underway though. Goran Petric was booked there, the third Rangers player. Well, Grant and McCoist there, a nasty exchange there. Verbal, happily. Here's Collins. Collins brought down by Miller. Now Miller living very dangerously indeed. His second foul in quick succession at the edge of the area, having been booked in the first half.
Well, once again, absolutely no attempt to play the ball. He's living on a knife edge. A situation like that must be a nightmare for the manager, Walter Smith. He must be contemplating at this moment whether it should be right to bring him off, because he could be sent off.
Collins or Van Hooijdonk over the free kick. Both experts from these set pieces. A better angle for the left-footed player in Collins. But Van Hooijdonk can swerve it. The deflection off the wall. It's a corner kick to Celtic. Well, this match now simmering just below boiling point. Another change being made. Andreas Tom is not able to continue. He was a risk without question, and Brian McLaughlin comes on to replace him. Tells John Collins what's required in terms of tactical alterations. Gorham collects the corner, a little fumble, uncharacteristic. So Stephen Wright in the left back position now, with Alec Cleland on the right. The injured David Robertson has been withdrawn. Here's Goran Petric, the latest player in the match to be booked. Careless one by McLaren. This is McStay. McLaughlin makes the run.
I just mentioned that Robertson's off, and quite clearly Rangers have missed him. They've lost their attacking impetus. This man in possession now, Laudrup, hasn't really featured the last 10 minutes. He's had to come over onto the right-hand side because he can't link up anymore with Robertson on the opposite side.
Trying to link though with Cleland, that was effective. Good play by Cleland. Return from Solinko. Slightly misjudged. So Cleland showing his attacking abilities there for Rangers.
It was excellent play from Cleland because he played the 1-2 with Solinko, and you expect a better 1-2 than that from the Russian World Cup star.
Was a good play by Charlie Miller. Pace, showing good control. That's for Solinko. A tackle from Boyd. Again, the value of Boyd's terrific pace apparent. The free kick there against Donnelly. But the tensions on right. No argument about that. Holding there as he chased the ball. This is Goff. Now Lauder. Away from Collins. Angling that for Cleland. An ambitious pass though. And Grant was back in the saving tackle. Full of determination. All over his face. There's Cleland again. Winning the corner off McKinley. Oh, he's done very well in the last few minutes, Cleland. Pierre Van Hooydonk brought back to help the defence. The corner kick count is even. Arms flailing around there. Petrick's looking for space. Goff also is there. It was very well won by Hughes. Didn't fall kindly for Miller. Gascoigne. Great chance there. It's in. It's a goal for Rangers. Scored by McCoist. Great cross from Gascoigne. And McCoist celebrates again. The man with the golden touch.
But Miller plays his part in it. Sees Gascoigne free. That's a great ball from Gascoigne. And a terrific header from McCoist. He takes up a good position in the back post. It's put on a plate by Gascoigne. McCoist just doesn't miss those.
Gordon Marshall left helpless by the quality of the cross. Boyd can do nothing about that. And McCoist gets his 5th goal of the season. So, quarter of an hour remaining. Can Celtic come back? McLaughlin. Body checked by Cleland. Well, after all those chances Rangers had in the first half, that's about the first clear-cut chance they've had in the second period. Here's McLaughlin, driving into the box. Trying a little bit too much in that area. Now Lauder. John Hughes intercepts calmly. Picks out Bata on the right. Now the Celtic crowd silenced the little contingent of Rangers supporters. 4,500 or so. Celebrating.
Give credit also to Charlie Miller, because as that corner came out to him, as he chested it down, he thought about shooting. He knew Gascoigne was free, played a little ball into him. And the weight of the pass from Gascoigne and the accuracy was superb.
That's McKinley's cross. Stay at full stretch. Now Boyd. Back with Hughes. He's performed very well indeed for Celtic at the back. John Hughes. Collins forward. Here's McLaughlin. Now McStay. John Collins. Good play again from Collins. Here's McLaughlin. Down he goes to the tackle. The referee waves away any appeals. McLaughlin clearly thought he was fouled. Led in by McKinley. Headed over by Stephen Wright. Wasn't much in that. Well, a penalty claim here, Trevor.
Let's have a look at it. He's so frail, isn't he, McLaughlin? He can go to the floor easily. And I think he does fall there. I don't think that's a penalty. That's a good decision by the ref.
Well, I think what the ref's better given it. And John Hughes going through the tackle there on Gascoigne. Saw one for Gascoigne, but he has the free kick. So John Hughes watching his face there as Rangers prepare to make another substitution. They're going to bring on Gordon Jury for Oleg Salenko. Well, he's shown enough to indicate he'll be a major influence in the Rangers campaign this season. If he goes off, the fresh legs of Gordon Jury are introduced to the fray. Collins. Jury. Using his upper body strength there to hold off McKinley. That's Miller. Misunderstanding there, leaving Cullen in possession for Rangers. Arthur's clearance, well controlled by McLaughlin. Providing appeals for handball. That's McKinley. Goff's in trouble. A good recovery though. Retrieved now by McLaren.
That was very near the first mistake Richard Goff's made tonight, because he's been outstanding at the back for Rangers.
Pass intended there for Stephen Wright, asking a lot of the young defender. He had to play it back there for McLaren's help. Possession now with Celtic. The ball's out of play, and it's swerved out of play. Gordon Jury, the replacement there for Oleg Selenko. McStay, Vata, McLaughlin. Once on the ball inside the box. McLaughlin back, it comes to Collins. Came off the head of Petric.
Good play that from McLaughlin. When it came back to Collins, I thought that was going to hit the back of the net. I think it hit Petric. I don't know if it was going in.
John saw a little look there.
Here you see the ball laid back from McLaughlin. Collins onto it. I don't think it would have gone. I think it seemed to be going wide. But certainly Petric wasn't to know that.
Celtic trying to redouble their efforts now to get back into this tie. Headed on there by Collins, a throw to Rangers. Boyd. Back now with John Hughes. Boyd. Judy Bart on the far side. Here's McLaughlin. Gavin Hoydonk back with McLaughlin. Well, he's never scored for Celtic, and that's perhaps the reason why. That kind of shooting.
The Rangers don't mind this too much, do they? Throughout the game, they've restricted Celtic to shooting from outside the box. And they shoot him like that, you can see why. Good little interplay though. Played it into the front man. Van Hooijdonk showed himself well. Good little layoff, but a poor finish.
Tommy Burns looking on him passively there. Walter Smith more animated in the next dugout. Grant's header forward, that's McLaughlin. Celtic, I'm sure, want him in position, driving at the defenders, especially in the penalty box. So retrieved now by Boyd for Celtic. Hughes serves Grant. Rangers funneling back now in defence. Clock ticking away, 7.5 minutes left for play. Van Hooijdonk with McLaren. A bit of wrestling by the Dutchman. Well, Walter Smith very animated indeed, sensing victory here, but concerned to make sure there's no lapse in concentration by Rangers. There's the man who separates the teams, Ellie McCoist. Decision goes Celtic's way.